Hello everybody, welcome to Eat, Cook, Learn, Love Food. I'm Paul and today we're going to do risotto. Now I've been wanting to do risotto with you for a long time. There's a bit of a joke at work going, this is how you do it, because I haven't been that happy with some risottos I've seen. So we're going to do a mushroom risotto, but there's lots and lots of different risottos you can make. So we're going to talk about different things. First of all, you need a Boreo rice. So the amount of rice, it's about 60 grams for an entree, 120 grams for a main course of rice. Then also depends what you add to your risotto. So mushroom risotto doesn't have a lot of filling in the sense of other ingredients. It's going to be the rice that dominates. But again, like with pumpkin risotto, you might put a whole kilo of pumpkin into the risotto. Again, it can be highlighted where it's beautiful, just the rice being shown, or it can have lots of things in it. Okay, talk about arancini balls and other things you can do with the rice and the different stages it goes through. So again, rice is crucial. Don't use long grain, jasmine. It's a Boreo rice. It is a rice that actually rubs together when you stir it and it releases starch, and that's how you get a creamy rice. Other rices will not do that. Hence why risotto should be stirred constantly for the 25 to half an hour, 30 minutes, and then served to the customer, okay? It's not something that should really be done the day before. It should be done fresh on the day. However, with cafes and lots of trendy cafes around serving risotto, if it was lunchtime, they wouldn't be able to do it. It would just take too long. So what they do is they cheat. They make a rice base. So to do that, that's the one thing I'm going to do with you, is to show you how to make the rice base. I'll keep talking about the ingredients though for a second. So a Boreo rice, we need 60 to 120 grams per person. 60 grams entree, 120 grams main course. Okay, then with our risotto, we have to flavour it. Today we're doing mushroom risotto. So rather than using onions, I'm going to use a leek. Leeks are beautiful. Any recipe that calls for onions, you can always substitute it for leek. So to clean your leek, you basically cut in, and this is where all the dirt, see how the dirt sits in the leek? So we cut it into quarters. There's no dirt down the bottom, the dirt's all up in the top. So just bear with me for a second while I wash this, which is really good. So like I said, quarters, because you want to see the leek. I like that little bit of greenery there. So it was a bit longer, so you take off a nice chunk of the green. So, okay, oil. So again, olive oil. Remember that recipe I gave you? Carrot, celery, onion, bay leaf, thyme, and garlic? That guy is good. So maybe go back through my socials, look for the carrot, celery, onion mixture, because then you're often starting. If you don't do that, saucepan, leek, oil. So we have about 100 mils of olive oil. Don't use extra virgin olive oil. It doesn't need that. Extra virgin olive oil is for warming, for salads. This guy here is just your olive oil. Next we have our garlic. So I know I harp on about it, but again, go to your fridge, grab your jar of garlic. We'll need 3 generous cloves of garlic in that little guy there. Okay, then we have some beautiful fresh sage. We have some fresh thyme. 2 bay leaves would be good if you've got them. And that's our first part. Oh, salt. Tablespoon of salt and a good grind of pepper. Now, how long do you cook this for? So we've been over this before too. Give it a good 20 minutes. Because it's leek, it's not onion. If it was onion, half an hour. Cook this really slowly on the stove. We have some dried porcini mushrooms. Now you don't dry your own mushrooms, you actually buy these dried. Now on the packet, this recipe says it's 5 serves. So we're doing 500 grams. We're doing 500 grams of a Boreo. So basically we're doing, sort of like 5 main courses, okay? But again, these mushrooms, what we need to do with those is you can either boil the kettle and pour boiling water on them, or you can put them into a little saucepan. Now you can use water or your stock, but let's just go with water. Timings, it's all about timing, everybody. All right, so then we have some lovely fresh mushrooms to use. So we've got some nice field mushrooms. So depending on your risotto, when this is 500 grams rice, so let's say 4 main courses, all right? It's 4 main courses, 480 grams of rice. So we've got these big guys here. So with your mushroom risotto, you know, the mushroom can be chunky or it can be all finely spread through the risotto. But I think these guys here, I like to cut these, leave them a bit fleshy, okay? Here is our flat mushroom. Then we have these lovely large button mushrooms, and they're going to be sliced. You can use any mushrooms you like. Enoki, abalone, shiitake. You can use dried mushrooms, like shiitake Asian mushrooms, you know, that you use in stir fries. That make a beautiful choice, even in an Italian risotto. So any sort of fungi. The amount of mushrooms, you're looking at about, you know, for 4 serves, you're looking at about 800 grams of mushrooms, okay? Tops. You could even go less. Right, these guys here. Those in there. With you. It's so much nicer to have the leaves picked. Now, nutmeg, beautiful little things. So again, get your nutmeg and a microblader, and then just grate. You see the nutmeg? There you go. And you just grate. You don't want too much. Nutmeg is very, very strong. Then ingredients, we have our mushrooms, our parsley, our herbs are in here, and we're cooking our risotto. Next thing we need to do is have stock. So whatever our rice or risotto tastes like, the stock is the most important thing. Now, so this is our 400 grams of rice, or 480 grams, okay. Our leeks. So we're going to add our field mushrooms. And the reason I'm adding these larger mushrooms is they're going to take quite a bit longer to cook than the other mushrooms. So I want these ones to sort of stay a bit white, and these ones are going to cook up in the leek. Heat up now. Turn the heat up quite high. That's already high. And then we're going to add our arborio rice. And get hot. Get the grains of rice hot. They'll soak up all the juice of the leek and the oil and the garlic and the salt and pepper. When the grains of rice are nice and hot, we add our stock. This is chicken stock, okay? The liquid's cold. You can have hot chicken stock if you like, but this is just cold liquid. So the ratio of is 3 to 1, okay? So 480 grams of rice to about 1.5 litres of stock. Our porcini mushrooms. So we're just going to take the porcini mushrooms out, because we're going to eat these, we're going to use them. But again, we take them out because we want that beautiful liquid. The mushrooms, so you can taste that. Always good to taste things. Okay, it's a beautiful, see the colour of that? Gorgeous. We're going to start off with this. That's going to go in on a mission. Risotto arborio rice takes about 25 minutes, 28 minutes to cook. Some people like it al dente. We're going to go through all that. So it's now 1:45. So fine. Our parsley. So we're going to add these two guys into here now. That liquid, we add another slosh of liquid. cook, cook, cook. Another slosh of liquid, okay? Stirring, stirring. Let it absorb all the liquid. Add another slosh. Our risotto's been cooking now for 12 minutes. As you know, it takes 25 minutes to half an hour to cook. So this is when we now add our next lot of mushrooms. Okay, we added more stock, and now we're cooking these mushrooms in with our mix. Stirring, letting the grains of rice rub together. This is what restaurants do. What they do is they basically get the risotto, now take it off. When I say restaurants, I wouldn't say restaurant, it's more cafes. Okay, so the rice has been cooking for 15 minutes. All the ingredients are in there, and you can see the rice is actually half cooked. Okay, it's still sort of raw. But what happens here is we tip the rice out when it's half cooked. We place it into a baking tray, and then we cool this down. Okay, we cool this down, and it will continue to cook a little bit in there, and that is how we then go and make risotto a la carte. So once the rice is made like this, it goes into the cool room or into your fridge. Then when you want to mount a serve up, you take it from here, you put it on the stove, you add more stock and stir, maybe a handful of spinach leaves, keep cooking with stock, stirring, stirring, stirring for about 12 minutes. And that's how you get risotto on the table at a cafe in 10 to 12 minutes. They've taken all this work and done it all the day before or 2 days before, and you mount your risotto back up into a bowl, perfect in front of the customer. Okay, so we're making risotto for 4 people for a main course from scratch. So here we go here. Our rice, again, 15 minutes, it's still raw. We're going to add a nice generous knob of butter. Our rice has been cooking for 20 minutes now. Now this is a nice time when you can add spinach or kale. Silver beet's probably a bit tough, but if you do throw in some big handfuls of spinach leaves, they will cook down in the risotto. Won't overcook because the risotto is only about 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes away. So looking at our beautiful risotto, okay, you can see here it's still not cooked. There are our stalks from our sage, but it's looking very nice, isn't it? You can see there. Okay, so it stays on the heat. When it's dry, liquid. Now, just a little tip, arancini balls. Beautiful thing. This particular risotto I've just made, to make mushroom arancini, the mushroom's probably a little bit too chunky. So when you roll those balls, the mushroom's sort of so big. So if you're gonna make mushroom arancini, do what I've done, chop the mushrooms up a bit finer and make your risotto. When it's cooked, tip it into a tray, cool it, and then you can start to make little balls and put a square of mozzarella cheese in the center and breadcrumb them and deep fry them. Okay, so again, making risotto all the way till it's cooked, but to make arancini, again, smaller sized vegetables, take the risotto off, crack in 2 eggs, some little bit of breadcrumbs, fold that through, put into a tray, let it cool. A couple of hours later or the following day, make your balls, egg wash or flour, egg wash, breadcrumbs, and deep fry them. So arancini balls is exactly what we're doing, okay? But going back to what we're doing now is we're making a mushroom risotto. So again, as this guy cooks, as it evaporates, it starts to stick. Okay, we don't want it to stick, so we stir the whole time until we get the desired. Okay, here we go. So here is our lovely risotto. I'm happy with that. I've tasted it. You can see here We have 4 plates. So it's a generous, some Parmesan cheese, fresh herbs on top. And here we have our beautiful 4 serves of main course mushroom risotto. Enjoy your cooking, everybody. This is really simple to make. Again, gave you lots of tips and tricks to understand how the variables work. But enjoy your cooking. Reach out for more. Happy to share. Please come and book a class soon, and we'll have lots of fun in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.